what I'm actually going to do as well is include a in-depth tutorial of what I'm doing at the toenails, which is going to go up on the page. So this is an in-depth tutorial, so I'm going to show you both feet. We're not going to fast forward this time around. And then we can begin. So, first foot. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I always wipe the toenails with a little bit of Scrub Fresh or acetone, just to get rid of any oils or anything. Also, it helps me from not gliding while I'm on top of the nail plate. I don't want to slip because there's like oils or something on it. So we do that first. I do like to spray the foot, so I'm gonna just spray the bottom of her foot. I'm using this foot spray. And then I'm going to cut her toenails. So I always ask if they need cutting. Or you can just guess, but honestly, you can always tell that this needs to be like cut. So I'm gonna just take my clippers. And what I'm gonna do is always grab, and anytime you always want to press the skin down. So this is helping you as well too, right?
I'm watching it as well.
So yes, you push the skin down. So I know I'm not gonna cut. The thing is, you don't want to guess it, especially like you have like what I call like a hidden pinky toe, and it's not even that bad because it's only right here. Some people it's really hidden, so you got to be really careful with those. And I've seen some that are like damn near scary, and I'm like, I'm just gonna pretend that I'm doing stuff because I don't even want to. No, and I say that in all seriousness when it's like very tiny pinky toe. So I'm gonna push the skin back. And I'm just going to place my clipper, and again, I should always see where I'm cutting. So even if I do this and on camera, you can see where I'm cutting. Same thing, pushing back, holding in here, pushing the skin back so I can put my clipper underneath it and cut. Same thing here. This toe, I don't need to cut all of it because you see how it's crooked. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna actually cut this half to meet the other half. Now she's straight. Same thing with this. This is just like a little broken. So I'm gonna cut. Again, I'm kind of underneath it. See, these feet you can go kind of under because these are in my way. With these, I can kind of do it like this. You can grab it like this. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. I'm gonna squeeze it here. And so I can go underneath, but I'm never gonna just cut. I'm always gonna use this. Same thing with your nipper, which is what I'll show you in a second. You always wanna make sure you kind of slide under, then cut. And I'm sliding under, and I'm cutting. So now she's straight. This foot, same thing. I wanna pay attention to where the skin is. I see it's not even because this skin is coming, this is underneath here, this nail bed, and then over here. So I'm gonna cut here because I know when I file, I can file that straight. I don't need to cut it so short unless they want it that short. So at this point, I'll be like, okay, is this, after I file, I always say like, is that good enough? Or what I do is I always feel in the winter, most people do not want their nail to go past the skin. Hold on. Most people, I go like this. Most people don't want it to pass. So you should be straight with the skin and going like this. And that's how you can kind of tell I'm right where they want. In the summer, I always overshoot that. And I say, is this good? And they'll say, you can go longer. They don't want really, really tiny toes in the summer. That's the difference. Winter, always short. Sometimes they'll be like, you can go shorter. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So now I'm gonna file. Same thing, I'm gonna hold and I'm just gonna file across. So at this point, again, and I do this with my nails too, I don't worry about the edges being sharp or anything. Right now, it's just about getting even. So again, holding it underneath. So I'm going straight across. Sometimes you have to grab it, get the other people out of your way. So, and in this instance, your nail's crooked. So her nail's crooked. So the thing is, when people want to look down, they want to see straight toes. You can argue as the tech, like, oh, well, your nail is growing this way, so I filed it that way. They don't want to hear that. They want to look down and see evenness across. So I'm going to file according to this, not the toe. So I'm going to hold this and I'm going to file this side and straight across. So when you look down, you see it straight.
Okay.
Same thing with this. And then, oops. Same thing with this, right? So that's to start. And I'm gonna go in with my cuticle eliminator. And I'm just gonna blob. Sometimes you can blob enough here and let it spread. Sometimes you could do like the first two. And you just want to spread it a little bit. You don't need a whole bunch because it makes it very slippery and then you really can't see what you're doing. So I'm going to take my pusher and again, as I'm holding, I'm going to just push. So I always start kind of up here and I'm pushing back. So this is cuticle. That's dead.
Yeah.
That's what we want to get rid of. But we have to come up on the nail plate. You don't want to just stay so like right here. You want to come up a little bit, even on the fingernails. I always come up about halfway and then push back. Push back. Wipe off in between. I just wipe on this towel right here. Wipe. Push back and then push back. So with the big toe, I want to kind of get in the corner. I want to get down here. But you see how I'm coming all the way up. Cuticle gets dead, and sometimes we have things growing on our nail plate that we want to get as well. So I actually come all the way up. I get a little bit, do you feel my pressure? I'm a little bit more aggressive, but I also slow it down. Here, I could be fast. As soon as I come sensitive area, I'm gonna slow it down. Wipe. Go in with a lint-free wipe, and I'm just gonna wipe all that away. So this works for one reason. One, I always say, and I've seen other videos, these little holes are actually collecting any type of dead skin that's we've just scraped. Two, it's gonna clear this path so I see what I'm doing. And also when I go in with my nipper, I don't slide and accidentally cut her. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm wiping all of what I just put on off. Back a little bit. I know this thing is leaning forward too. So now I'm gonna go on with my nipper. So the thing with a nipper is you want to use this side as a guide. This side is going to cut. So again, holding this back, I'm going to push, because if I push, and you can even see that on camera, do you see what I need to cut? This little bit that's right there. But I need to see it before I cut it. I can't just start nipping away. So I'm gonna push, see where I'm at, and then cut. Push, skin back, cut. Push, and then cut. Same thing on the side. I'm gonna push down with this side of my nipper and use that side to cut it. There's nothing else there. Sometimes when I'm in this scenario, I'll use these as an opportunity. You see how I couldn't really cut that with my clipper. So I'll just cut that while I'm here. Sometimes that's when I'll do like the edges. And the same thing is I'm using this to push down on the skin and then cutting the nail to get rid of sharp edges. So again, this one, I'm pushing, wipe so you can see, push, and cut, push. I'm always pushing with this. Even when I'm feeling, Do I need to cut something? Like, what is this? I'm just poking around, but I'm trying to see, is that something I need to cut? So once I see, okay, I can cut this, I'm gonna push down on this side and then close it right there. Now, if you have something like this, in this scenario where I wanna clip that, can you see that on camera? Yep. I'm gonna press down with my tip. So what I'm trying to do is get it right in the middle of right in the tip of the jaw, because that's the sharpest point. Press down, make sure I have it, and then just close. Other side, flip your nippers. Never try to cut this way over. You flip and then turn it. I'm gonna press, because I'm trying to cut this. Press and then close. Same thing here. And then once you actually get it, you can start to go a little faster, because you can start to see, okay, I don't really have anything to do. Sometimes I'll just go like this, because you see now this guy popped up where I can cut that off. She doesn't really have a lot of dead cuticle. We probably pushed a lot away. Sometimes people have dead skin, but when somebody has dead skin, so for example, let me see, you don't have any dead skin. If somebody had dead skin, it would be the same thing. So let's say they had a piece of dead skin right here. I'm gonna do that tactic where I'm gonna press down and try to get it with the tip of my jaw. She doesn't really have anything going on. So there's nothing really to cut. Again, I'm gonna press down because I'm gonna try to cut that and cut that. This is a little uneven. So again, I'm gonna use this side to see. Let me see exactly what this is before I just start cutting stuff. And I say, okay, nothing's over there. So I can actually cut that just to even out the nail a little bit. Big toe is a little different. So we wanna press. I'm gonna really press. So when people have issues on their big toe, it usually stems like right here. It's never like here. It's the ingrown. So you really want to be careful when you're cutting. So again, I'm going to push, close, push, close, and I'm going to push. What I like to do, I'm going to take my nipper. Again, this is the digging side. I'm going to take my nipper and I just want to see, and you have to see, this is why it's important too, Deja, when you are comfortable with nippers. If I would have walked, in all the experience I have, if I would have walked into a salon and they say, here, take these tools, do a pedicure, I'm gonna be like, because I don't know how sharp these nippers are. So you have to know, and that's why I like when they get a little worn, so they're like still sharp, but I know I'm not gonna like hurt you, because I like to dig and kind of like do this. So I need to see what's going on here. A lot of techs cut stuff. They wanna cut because they wanna make the nail look nice and square. Do not do that, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna cause somebody to get it ingrown as this grows back. If this nail is meant to be this wide and I cut, let's say I cut this right here. Now this part, when it grows up, it's gonna poke her and now she has an ingrown. So if I don't see anything bothering, sometimes I'll see something. If I see something, and let's say this nail was digging into the skin right here, I squeeze it and I say, does that hurt? No? I'm gonna leave it the hell alone. Don't make a problem when there isn't a problem to have. So nothing's over there. I'm gonna come down on this side. Again, I'm digging, I'm pushing, I'm not cutting anything. I'm just trying to see what's going on. So she has like a little something over here. Just turn your foot a little, thank you. So I can see what is this? I could probably cut this, but let me see before, where's the root at before I start cutting stuff. So nothing's going on there. So I can actually just take that and just cut that a little bit. I'm not gonna even cut the nail because again, that's gonna cause it to have a problem. So that looks fine to me. So then go back in with this side and gently clean underneath. How you clean underneath is go up and then down. Never straight across. Some people have very high hyponychiums, high skin, especially if I cut really, really low. Most of the time, if you cut extremely low, you cut off all the nail and there's nothing to really dig. But I go from one side to center, from center down. Nothing's there. Nothing's there. Nothing's there. I know something's on the big toe. So again, center up. So now we got some good. And center down. If you still see something, again, don't stress it. I'm just gonna kind of keep doing this motion. Very little pressure, and I'm just gonna kind of scoop it out a little bit because it's all the way down there, and then I could just kind of get rid of it that way. That's all done. Go in with my e-file and just clean up everything I just did. Come back a little bit. It's much. So I'm using my Chiara Sky. It's very, very important to know the speed of your drill. Chiara Sky, I stay at number 8 for this, 9 to remove gel. So I'm taking it automatically to number 8. And again, I'm gonna move her skin back. And all I'm doing, and again, Deja, and you can feel this, you have skin right here. That's why I use fine. Always use fine standing bands. I'm not gonna hurt you. Does this hurt?
No.
This doesn't hurt, right?
No.
Okay. So just be mindful of that, like, don't think I'm gonna hurt them. Only thing with this is that you don't want to stay in the same place too long because you will burn. Yeah, that's the only thing. So even if I get really close, and then I just go over the whole nail. That's it. I'm literally going over the cuticle and just getting rid of anything, and then I'll just lightly go over. But it's almost like a pencil. Like you can put a little pressure. Sometimes, like, you see how I see this, and I would love to like get in there. Now I'm at the point where, okay, I can obsess about this, or I can let it go because I might cut her. Or not cut her, I might burn her if I really am gonna try to get that. I can go back in with my nipper and get that. It's not worth possibly burning her. Again, I want to push back the skin so I can get those corners. I'm pushing back the skin so I can get my bit in here. That's why I love these small sanding bands. Push back the skin. And push it back like I'm on this side. And just making sure. And again, if you did have gel polish, this is the time where I would make sure I'm just going to get the rest of that gel polish off. The second time, I'm just gonna go here. Now I'm gonna make sure I kind of get the edges. We don't want sharp edges. Sharp toenails break. So this is where I'm gonna go in, and I'm really holding back, and I just want to make sure I'm getting those edges and then straightening out, because I already straightened it out. So I just want to make sure we're not sharp, especially for those that I cut when I was nipping. You see I'm a little angled this way. So before when I did it, I was this way. Now I'm a little under. Under relieves the sharpness when you're like this. When you're like this, it's gonna give you sharp. This is gonna take away that. Okay, then I go in lastly with my little buffer. I'm really making sure I'm buffing everything out, those edges, and everything. And then a little bit of cuticle oil. Just drop onto each toe. So the only time I don't do cuticle oil at this point is if I know I gotta scrub right here. If somebody has a callus right here or right here, because I might slip. It might make it too slippery. I want it rough as a callus. So this is after, okay? And then I'm going to scrub the bottom of her foot. So we're scraping. Oh, little Deja has baby feet, so this is not gonna be anything. Flex the foot. Put the toes out of your way and scrape. So I always start here. This is very sharp when it's fresh. So you want to be careful. You want to hit the calluses while it's fresh. You don't want to hit any skin that isn't callus at this. So I'm going to hit thicker parts of skin. You can flex it for me. Is that it? Come on, dude. You gotta work out. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to do up here, down, here, here. And the whole time I'm pushing her foot. Sorry to be aggressive, Deja, but I'm pushing her foot.
I got ballerina feet, yo. I got this. You got this.
I'm pushing her foot, and it also blocks in case anything slips or something. And she's flex. So I'm here, down. I'll come like right here. I'll just hold this part back. And again, I have pressure while I'm here. She doesn't really have a lot going on, but at the end of the day, people might have dead skin. You know, it might not be callous, but she still has like some type of skin. You can still smooth it out. The neck pillow's still warm, right? Okay. I mean, isn't a lot to do. If there's nothing going on up here, don't touch it. Stop making people worse. So it's just a little smidget of rough skin here. Nothing crazy, but I need to wait until my thing is worn. The more worn it is, then I can go up here and be super gentle, because that's all she really had was something right here. And that is it. And I always feel as I go, and you can always feel the side of here. And while you were doing their toenails, if you notice that they had any type of callus right here. So for example, I would just wait till again my foot file was rough, and while I'm here, I would get like here, I would get like here, and you see how I'm pushing away. I'm gonna kind of baby it, because even if it's hard and thick and crusty, it's still a sensitive area. So I would kind of do this. I would kind of hold right here for pinky toe and scrape right here for the pinky toes. But again, at the very end, even this is not as used as I would like it to be in this area. So she's done. You don't have anything else going on?
I would hope not.
Okay, so then this foot can go back into the water. And then we can do the next foot. Okay, same thing going on. This is an in-depth tutorial, so I'm gonna show you both feet. We're not gonna fast forward this time around. So, same thing. Different foot, different situation. So let's clean this off. Okay. Same thing. Just gonna cut. This one's already short. I don't need to do anything. Leave it alone. She's already short. I can file that. It's not that short. Again, this is a little bit bigger, so like it's not gonna even do anything if I did that. And then again, this one is uneven. Go back a little bit. This one's uneven. So I'm gonna cut right here. Because again, too, so the thing too, what I like to do is, if I put this here, and I go like this, right? without even cutting, I can envision what this is gonna be. So I don't know if you can see that on camera and how that looks, but if I cut, I can kind of see the straight line of where the nail is. So I'm kind of using this straight line, which is also why I love a straight edge cutter. I hate the curved ones. I can actually envision where it's gonna be by just doing that. And I already see that it gave me a nice straightness, and then I can just file that away. This foot is not my friend. So she doesn't have any corner on this nail, but it's fine, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna file down so that meets that end. It's an illusion. I mean, you know. Okay, it's an illusion. And sometimes when we polish, you have to kind of, as you're working, think about the after. A lot of times things get camouflaged with polish. So I'm gonna do 2 lobs, and then I can just spread everybody on to the next one. Now I'm going to push. 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 See if I can like do this blind. I'm looking at the camera. Probably. No. Any more lines?
There should be one.
Okay, so once I wipe all this off, so I know it's not gonna be slippery. I mean, even if you want to get in between the toes because it got down, that's fine. Okay, so again, remember what I said about pushing. So I'm gonna push, and usually I push and close. Push, close. Get the tip for the corner. Push and close, push, close. Push and close. Push and close. Did you wake up?
I'm awake. I'm watching.
Okay.
I'm doing it because I'm trying to get all the warmth as well too. So I'm doing it at an angle.
Okay, again, I'm gonna check my corners. So I always do this to see what my corners are looking like. Is it pushing? Could I cut them? So again, I'm just scoping around. Everything looks fine. Here, I'm gonna push and close. Pushing back. Again, I wanna see what's going on. I mean, you can even use your finger. You can dig. I don't really like to dig, but so much. Again, I'll show you another tip. If you are uncomfortable using the nipper, you can always use this. This could just get you in trouble because depending on what you have, you can kind of just inspect this way. So I see she has this going on. So this looks like maybe it could be hitting her. Again, I'm gonna push right here. Does this hurt you?
Kind of.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay.
It's like the top.
Yep. So right here hurts?
Yeah.
Okay. So why does that hurt, ladies and gentlemen? Because of that. That's what she is feeling. She feels this hurting her. So how do we get rid of that? I'm going to now take my nipper. Never cut until you are sure that you have it. So I'm going to take my nipper, the dig side, right? And I'm gonna see where I'm at. Let me clean this out so I see. And I'm gonna try to grab it So first, I like to make sure it's all the way out as much as possible. So this will actually take up, bring out, whatever the word is. Get rid of that. This is what I'm trying to cut, right? So I'll use this to kind of poke it out so I'm not digging so much with the nipper. And then I'm gonna take this, make sure I got it. You see I have it. And I'm gonna cut it. Better? Make sure. Does that hurt you? Hurt like me digging or hurt like?
I don't know. I feel like this kind of hurts up here.
Up here?
Yeah, it's mainly like up there. It's not like to the side.
Here?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
When you're walking it hurts?
Oh no, not that much. I think it's only when you're digging, kind of.
Okay, so I think you're feeling when I'm digging. So we're not gonna cause a problem because I don't see anything.
Yeah.
And when I'm doing this, does this hurt a little?
It's like a little numb. I don't know. It's like I think it was just up here.
So sometimes what people feel, and I try to get them to explain that, is, do you feel pain from, especially if you have to dig a lot? No, hold on. Do you feel pain from what I just did, or do you feel pain as I'm doing this?
Maybe from what you just did.
So there's because sometimes, especially if you have to really, really dig, and then I say, does this hurt? And they'll say, yeah. And I'm like, is it sore pain?
I think it's sore pain.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to differentiate.
It's snowing.
Yeah, it's supposed to actually be this whole thing.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. So now I'm going to check the other side.
You're good.
Maybe you can cut that, but you don't really have to. I mean, depending on how comfortable you feel, I'm going to cut this just a snippet because I just want to cut that, like literally nothing. And then I'm going to dig right here. Clean underneath. There's really nothing to clean. You don't really have dirt anywhere. So this I can like kind of maybe get rid of. So sometimes too with the little nails, you see how this is like paper thin? My file wouldn't even get rid of that. That's why I use the nipper, because the file doesn't really work well. So I'll cut that. Okay. And then you have like a little something right there. Okay. Okay, same thing we did before.
It doesn't look like it's snowing. It looks like it's floating up.
Also too, Deja, if you are using your sanding band, so it might seem like it's not doing anything. If I just turn this off, you can see where it's caked up at. You can see the edge is caked up.
Yes.
So what you could do is actually take this off, flip it, and this side is sharp. So if you feel sometimes just from being wet, it picking up stuff, then the second foot, it might not be as effective. So I find that sometimes I'll turn it because it'll give me, you feel the difference?
I can hear this.
Yes, because it wasn't, I sensed it on this toe. Yep, because you don't want to have to keep rolling over just because it's not doing anything. So then we're gonna file again. This toe was a little funny, so I want to make sure we got the illusion of it being straight. And buff. So you see, as I buffed, I noticed she has some hard skin right here. I mean, it's not hard, but it's like a little dry. So I can go in with my nipper, and I'm gonna just press down, and I'm literally, again, gonna just, I'm pressing, and then I'm just kind of like nipping. That's it. Get rid of that. Beautiful oil. Okay, and that is that. I feel like there's like nothing sexier than like oiled up clean toes. I don't know. Is it just me? I love it. Like it's like clean and oh my god. Like that's the best part for me. Not even the polishing or nothing. Well, the polishing, but it's something about like I'm done with the oil though.
It's the oil.
It's the oiling. Like it's just like ooh, clean. Love it. Okay. Okay. Yep.
Sorry, this is my knees.
You have bad knees already? You're 6. How do you have bad knees?
These tickle. Sorry, I don't know what this is my feet. Tickle.
So again, if you want to use 2, when back in the day I used to use 1 and 1, that's fine. I mean, I try to go through 1 per person, but at the end of the day, sometimes I have to just bust out another one. If somebody has really bad feet and I really had to scrub on one side, I might have to take out a different tool, or I'll have to take out another foot file. You don't really have anything going on. Get this a little bit smooth up here. Got socks in the background, Deja. It's not a good look. This is not professional. It ain't cute. Next time you take off your socks, you gotta ball them up or something. Okay. Ticklish people can't handle pedicures, so.
I haven't gotten a pedicure in like a hot minute.
I know. Okay, so we see all this stuff coming off, right?
Yeah.
All this gook.
Yeah.
This Parmesan cheese.
No.
Yep, sounds real hot. Okay, so we're pretty done with this foot. So now we go on to the scrub. Put that foot back into the water. Fantastico. So now we're going to scrub. Okay, so I want to make sure that we get all the toes. And then anything you see, now we can try to get again with our nipper. So that, I don't know if you remember that from a while ago, that was irking me that I wanted to get with the drill. You see that pop back up. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get that now and push and get that. That was kind of it. A little bit of dry skin over here. So just go ahead and nip that. Or you could possibly use your buffer. We have a little bit of cuticle over here. Little baby stuff, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. On this foot. A little bit right here. Just that, and then everybody else looks fine. So now, different angle. I'm gonna start here and show you a couple massage techniques from this angle. So, all right, everybody asked me about paraffin. This is paraffin. Don't judge my machine. We gotta clean it. All right, so I'm gonna take 2 paraffin things.